Hello everyone. In last part of thromboangiitis obliterans, we have seen about pathophysiology of TA or Parker's disease and the role of influence of smoking over further aggravation of situation of TA. Likewise, smoking and effect over endothelial cells, smoking and effect over platelet cells, and smoking and its effect over leukocytes. So in this part, we will continue with the other factors like infectious role of infectious agents and role of environmental factors. Along with that, we will discuss clinical features, predisposing factors, and complications, and after diagnosis of the condition. Myself, Dr. Anandas, Assistant Professor, Department of Roganidhana and Vikriti Vignan, Global Institute of Ayurveda, Rajkot. The role of infectious agents over manifestation of TB we will see first. Research works reveal that microbial pathogen might be implicated in the etiology of the disease. Gram-negative bacilli were successfully cultured from the blood of TAO patients, and different organisms such as Staphylococcus and gram-negative bacilli were detected from tissue cultured of affected limbs. The presence of oral bacteria Porphyromonas gingivalis in the thrombosis of occluded arteries can stimulate macrophages to express interleukin-23 through release of ATP. So interleukin-23 can induce differentiation of T cells, which plays a key role in autoimmune inflammatory diseases. Porphyromonas gingivalis is the intima layer of affected vessels in TAO patients due to poor oral hygiene or to cigarette smoking, and this organism might induce the observed inflammatory response and the endothelial dysfunctions interactions. Role of environmental factors. Cigarette smoking and low socioeconomic status seem to be important environmental risk factors for TAO development and manifestation. Low socioeconomic status and poverty may influence the progression of TAO from the least three different points of view, including anxiety and chronic psychological stress, cigarette smoking tendency, and poor oral hygiene. Stress can activate primary sensory neurons and consequently, by releasing sensory neuropeptides such as gene-related peptide P, that is SP, can promote post-capillary venule extravasation, leukocyte chemotaxis, and adherence to the vascular wall. Additionally, norepinephrine released due to psychological stress can prime the endothelial cells to respond to a sympathetic neuropeptide Y, to enhance leukocyte adhesion and platelet aggregation. The neuropeptides can also enhance the release of histamine and bradykinin from mast cells, and SP also have synergic effects on vascular permeability. The release of catecholamines due to mental stress may activate both coagulation and fibrinolysis. Increased levels of tissue plasminogen activated TPA, which mediates fibrinolysis, is found in conditions of psychological stress situations also. Some predisposing factors which will be influencing over the worsening of the condition of TAO. Hyperlipidemia access for the condition where we can find out X amount of lipid content of the blood, hyperlipidemia, diabetes, hypertension, and role of smoking. These are the main predisposing factors which will be causing further worsening or further aggravation of the situation. Clinical features. Considering a triad of clinical symptoms, mainly three features we can find in case of a TIO. The first point, claudication of affected extremity. Second point, presence of Raynaud's phenomenon. The third point, migratory superficial vein thrombophlebitis. So these 3 points you should consider on the triad of symptoms like claudication of affected extremity, Raynaud's phenomenon, migratory superficial vein thrombophlebitis. The other clinical features are claudication of the feet, legs, hands, and arms, ischemia of the distal small vessels of the arms, legs, hands, and feet. Radiating pain typically begins in the extremities to central parts of body. Calf claudication, commonly very less in nature, and eventually ischemic pain at rest and ischemic ulcerations of the toes, feet, or fingers on progression of disease. Feeling of numbness or tingling sensation in the limbs, presence of gangrene of the digits, swelling in the feet and hands, absence of pulse, particularly the pulses over dorsalis pedis region and radial pulse, and in small vessels also, the pulses will be absent, and presence of skin ulcerations. This should be the clinical features of a TIO. Complications of TIO. These are all the most probable complications which we can find in case of TIO. First one, embolization, formation of embolus, presence of gangrene, ulcer formation, amputation as a consequence or a complication, muscle weakness, atrophy, sensory and motor impairment. Next, we will see regarding diagnosis of TIO, regarding the different aspects of diagnosis, including diagnostic criteria, laboratory examinations, and further examination aspects of TIO, along with differential diagnosis. First one, diagnostic criteria, typically between 20 to 40 years old and male, although recently females have been diagnosed. So consider the genetic differentiation. 20 to 40 years old and male, and gender-wise differentiation. Recently also, it was found that females have been diagnosed with this condition. Current or recent history of tobacco use should be included under this situation. Presence of distal extremity ischemia. There will be certain clinical features for this particular distal extremity ischemia, nothing but claudication, pain at rest, ischemic ulcers, or presence of gangrene. These were documented by non-invasive vascular testing such as ultrasound. So we are using further invasive techniques like ultrasound methods. There will be confirmation regarding distal extremity ischemia along with the other features. Explosion of other autoimmune disease, hypercoagulable states, and diabetes mellitus by laboratory tests. So these tests or these conditions should be eliminated out by performing particular other tests. Apart from that, explosion of a proximal source of emboli by echocardiography and arteriography. So there will be chance of proximal source of emboli or embolus formation. So we are performing echocardiography and arteriography, that will be excluded. Consistent arteriographic findings in the clinically involved and non-involved limbs. So as a diagnostic step, there will be involvement of affected or non-affected limbs over the body. So it should be preferred, or it should be differentiated with respect to arteriographic findings. Buerger's disease can be mimicked by a wide variety of other diseases that cause diminished blood flow to the extremities. Diseases which Buerger's disease may be confused include atherosclerosis, that will be buildup of cholesterol plaques in the arteries. The other condition, endocarditis, where an infection of the lining of the heart. Other types of vasculitis or vascular disorders. Severe Raynaud's phenomenon associated with connective tissue disorders. One example, lupus or scleroderma condition. Clotting disorders of the blood. So these are all the other possible conditions which we can confuse with the condition of Buerger's disease or TIO. Angiograms of the upper and lower extremities can be helpful in making the diagnosis of Buerger's disease. So there will be systemic or specific identification over the angiograms or detection of the angiograms of upper and lower extremities. That will be more helpful in diagnosis of a Buerger's disease. The findings include a corkscrew appearance of arteries that result from vascular damage, particularly the arteries in the region of wrist and ankles. So that will be the keynote feature of TIO. There will be corkscrew shape of appearance will be there of the arteries as a result of vascular damage. Collateral circulation gives tree root or spider-like appearance. The other similar possible changes which will be formed to the arteries, tree root appearance or a spider-like appearance. Angiograms may also show occlusions. For some cases, it will show stenosis also in multiple areas of both the arms and legs. And there will be conducting distal plethysmography in order to get useful information about the circulatory status of digits, particularly over the digit regions. Regarding the status of the circulation, distal plethysmography will be conducted. To rule out other forms of vasculitis, within that also vasculitis conditions, they will exclude involvement of vascular regions which is atypical for Buerger's disease. So except those atypical vascular regions for Buerger's disease, there will be chances of other vasculitis conditions. So that should be ruled out we are performing angiograms of other body parts region. Example, mesenteric angiogram and skin biopsy is very less they will conduct. Why? Because in some conditions there will be frequent concern about that skin biopsy, and whenever or wherever it will be conducting regarding the skin biopsies of the affected extremities, there will be area poorly perfused, so the blood will not heal well. So the chance of healing will be very less in consideration. So very less in chances it will be conducting very rarely, specifically skin biopsies conditions. Mainly two diagnostic criteria have been postulated in order to diagnose with the condition of TIO. The first one is diagnostic criteria of Shionoya in 1998. The second one is diagnostic criteria of Olin in 2000. The first one about diagnostic criteria of Shionoya, which was postulated in 1999. It was mainly told about the smoking history, how much smoking in a person will be influenced over the manifestation of TIO. That was a key point which was included under diagnostic criteria of Shionoya. And most of the cases onset before the age of 50 years we can suspect. And particularly intrapopliteal arterial occlusions will be present in case of a diagnosed when you consider diagnostic criteria of Shionoya in case of TIO patients. Either arm involvement or phlebitis migrans can be presented in case of a TIO according to this criteria. And apart from other risk factors which will be connected to atherosclerotic conditions, here will be only presence of smoking will be present as a risk factor. Apart from that, absence of atherosclerotic risk factors will be absent in case of TIO according to Shionoya. Only there will be only one existence or one chance of existence of a single risk factor, nothing but smoking only. And the next diagnostic criteria, it is diagnostic criteria of Olin, which was posted in the year of 2000, mostly affecting age under 45 years within that category of people. And current or recent history of tobacco use, this was mainly considered under the diagnostic criteria of Olin. How much the amount or how much the influence of tobacco use, which will be causing the manifestation of TIO. That was the main key point. There it was included under the condition of TIO. The presence of distal extremity ischemia indicated by claudication, pain at rest, ischemic ulcers or gangrenes and documented by non-invasive vascular testing. So it depends upon study or investigations, non-invasive vascular testing specifically, whether there will be presence or absence of some clinical factors or some clinical features, nothing but distal extremity ischemia, along with indication of any claudication over the body. Pain will be there or not at rest. Ischemic ulcers, particularly presence of ischemic type of ulcers or presence of gangrenes. This was mainly identified out by non-invasive vascular testing according to this criteria. And there was exclusion of autoimmune diseases, hypercoagulable test states, and diabetes mellitus. These states were excluded from this criteria. And apart from that, the other exclusion thinks of exclusion of a proximal source of emboli by echocardiography or arteriography. So, in consideration of echocardiography or via identification of arteriography, any kind of proximal source of emboli, there will be chance of formation of emboli. So that was also excluded from this criteria. Consistent arteriographic findings in the clinically involved and non-involved limbs, those things were included under this criteria also. Any kind of arteriographic changes which will be find out by clinically or non-involved limbs also, where there will be affection or there will be non-affection of certain limbs. So whether it is clinically involved or non-clinically involved limbs also were asserted under this arteriographic findings according to this criteria. So this much regarding this part. In the next part, we will see further laboratory examinations, examination schemes, and detailed description regarding the possible differential diagnosis of the TIO. So here we will finish.